Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Mayim, and I want to give all honor and glorification to the Most High God in the name of His only begotten Son. Right, it's not going to be a long video. I got two precepts I want to bring out through the Spirit, power of the Most High. I definitely want to just thank the Most High for putting in my spirit to do this video. This video is just going to be going into, think upon the works of the Lord. Think upon the works of the Lord. So the first precept I'm going to go to is Psalms chapter 78. It's the book of Psalms. Matter of fact, I can get 77 first, actually. Let me get Psalm 77 first. I could get this whole thing, but I don't want to be long-winded. I want to just get this particular part or specific part. I think it's verse 12. That's what I want. This is the book of Psalms chapter 77 and verse 12. It say, I will meditate also of all thy work and talk of thy doings. Thy way, O God, it's like it is in the sanctuary, who is so great a God as our God. Thou art a God of that doest wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thy arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph, Salah. So really the point is verse 12, I will meditate also on all thy work, of all thy work, and talk of thy doings. So as, Black Hispanics and Native Americans, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, what we need to do in these last days is meditate more on all the works of the Lord. We don't want to be like how Israel was leaving Egypt in the wilderness. We forget all the things that the Lord did for us. And we start cleaving on the man, putting our trust in man. Didn't the Lord say in Jeremiah 17:5, cursed be the man that trusteth in man? And that's why people died in the wilderness. Simply because we was putting our trust into Moses, into man. At the end of the day, Moses cannot do nothing if the Lord don't allow him to do it. He cannot do nothing. He can't deliver you. The Lord can deliver you. He's the one that do these things. How can you forget all these different things that the Lord have done for you? The Lord delivered you out of, and I'm speaking for all of us. We all have been through things in life. The Lord always deliver us. We still here today, so the Lord deliver us. We still here. The Lord deliver us out of many different temptations. We got to ponder upon it. Think upon it, and be happy and rejoice. Especially if you in the truth. The Lord literally, saved us from spiritual bondage. The ways of this world. The Lord saved us from that and gave us this truth. Meditate on all the things, that He saved you from. Some brothers probably got shot at. Some brothers probably got jumped, beat on, hit with weapons, and you still here today. Same for sisters. Some sisters probably got sexually assaulted, and they could have died, but you still here. So meditate also of all thy work. Meditate on the Lord's work, all the great things He have done for you, all the great things He have done for Israel. The Lord made bread or manna fall from the heaven for Israel. He done so many things. Just think about when you didn't have no food, and the Lord sent somebody to give you some food, or some food came your way, or something you needed came your way. It was all of the Lord at the end of the day. You kind of didn't know what was going on. You didn't know how you was going to survive, how you was going to get some money, how you was going to eat, what you was going to drink, what clothes you was going to wear. But the Lord provided for you. Talk of His doings, boast of the Lord's work. Talk about them dreams all the time that He show you. I know I do it, and a lot of people don't like it. I love talking about what the Lord showed me and do for me, and how He always answers my prayers. I love it. I love it. And I'm going to always talk about it as long as I'm here. I'm going to boast of the Lord's work. I'm not better than nobody, but the Lord do things for me that He don't even have to do for me. And that's what we got to do. Put our trust in the Lord. Think about the things He do, and rejoice in it. rejoice in the mercy. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 78. Let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 78. And I could really get all this is good, man. 6 all the way down is this whole thing is fire, man. But I want to get straight to the point. I'm gonna get verse 11. This is Psalm chapter 78 and verse 11. And I'm gonna read it down. It say, and forgot his works and his wonders that he had shewed them. Marvelous thing did he in the sight of their fathers in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan. He divided the sea and caused them to pass through. He made the waters to stand as a heap. In the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire. He clave the rocks in the wilderness, and gave them drink as out of the great depths. He brought streams also out of the rock, and caused waters to run down like rivers. And they sinned yet more against him by provoking the Most High in the wilderness, and they tempted God in the heart by asking meat for their lust. Yet they spake against God. They said, can God furnish a table in the wilderness? Behold, he smote the rock, that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also? Can he provide flesh for his people? So this was off, man. This was so off. Let me get that last one, verse 21. Actually, I'm gonna get 3 more scriptures. It say, therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth, so he was mad. So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in God, and trusted not in his salvation. Though he had commanded the clouds from above, and opened the doors of heaven, and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven. Man did eat angels' food. He spent them meat to the full. It's like he sent them meat to the full. So it's kind of crazy, man, how the Lord done all these different things for us. You know, they didn't have a McDonald's in the wilderness. They didn't have all these different things where somebody could just prepare it. They literally was in the middle of nowhere. They was in the wilderness, and the Lord prepared food for them. And they still didn't believe. They seen a pillar of fire. They seen Moses smoke a rock and water came out. He gave them drink. He did all these things for them. You know, and they still didn't believe. They still just looked over the things the Lord do or done for them. And that's the same thing we do today. And what we need to do is get it together, man. Because eventually the Lord going to stop looking out. He going to stop looking out. Be grateful. Be thankful for the little things, you know. Because it's somebody who ain't got what you got. It's somebody out here who the Lord not really providing for like that. And he providing for you. It's people who only get one small piece of bread a day. But the Lord providing you, you know, an abundant amount of things, you know. So thank the Lord. Meditate on all the things he do for you. And we actually got cursed as a people for not serving the Lord with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundantness of all things in the book of Deuteronomy 28. I actually want to get there. I believe it's might be in the 40s or in the 30s. Let me get it real quick. Might be like 47, I think. Yeah, 47. It say, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness. You know, we wasn't happy to serve the Lord. We always complaining and sobbing and not want to do what he want us to do. And with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Right? And we read verse, let me go to verse 45. It's so moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee. And the whole purpose of these curses even coming upon the nation is because we wasn't keeping the commandments. The black Hispanics and Native Americans, we was not keeping the commandments. We wasn't serving the Lord happily, you know, for all the things he done for us. We wasn't meditating and thinking upon these things. We didn't care, you know, so that's why we was cursed. And that's what we got to do as the people. Meditate, you know, scriptures, you know. You could just go somewhere, just think upon just all the good things the Lord do, you know. I know brothers probably can attest to this, you know, when I come around, sometimes I just randomly speak about the Lord, like, man, the Lord do so much for us, man. We don't even deserve to be in the truth. Like, I do that, and that's what we all need to do. We all need to step it up. You know, I'm not just speaking to the audience, I'm speaking for myself, too. I need to go harder. Lord, one of this video was edifying, and my brothers and sisters think upon the things the Lord have done for them, you know, and just thank him every single day in a prayer, you know, dance for the Lord, do something to show the Lord that you acknowledge him and you're thankful. Shalom.